Alright, it's Mr. Chris coming at you live from his classroom. Gonna do some origami today. So first, let's start. If you notice, we have a perfect square. We can turn it like a square. We can turn it like a diamond. Alright, for today we're gonna start by turning it like a diamond. Okay, so we're gonna hold our paper like this. We're gonna make our first fold. We're gonna fold it in half by taking this corner, touching it over here, making sure they match up, and rubbing it nice and smooth. All right, so we're gonna do that one more time just to make sure that you got it. Okay, so we're gonna take our paper, we're gonna hold it like a diamond, we're gonna fold it in half, just like this. Bam. All right, so the next step we're gonna do is we're gonna open up our folded piece of paper. So you can see there's a nice big line right down the middle. All right, we're gonna do what I like to call the kite fold, because when we're done with this, it's gonna look a lot like a kite. So we're gonna start by taking our finger, putting it at the bottom here, and we're gonna fold it in half just until it meets the middle line, like this. All right, we're gonna give it a good rub to make sure it stays nice and straight. All right, now we're gonna do that on the other side. Here we go, ready? We're gonna fold it in half, right down the middle. Voila. So now, if you look at it carefully, looks a lot like a kite, right? So I'm gonna do that one more time with the other piece of paper. All right, we're gonna start with the line down the middle. We're gonna fold the corner over, give it a nice little fold, and we're going to do the same on the other side. All right. Voila. So now we have our kite. All right. So the next step we're going to do is we're going to flip it over. So watch. We're going to flip it like this. So now we have the arrow pointing that way. Voila! Away from us. All right. And if you look carefully through the paper, you can see there's a line right about there. It goes from this corner to this corner. And what we want to do is we want to take the tip and put it right to that line, right about there. All right, you see that? So now we're going to try that again with this other piece of paper to make sure that you got the fold right. So we're going to flip it over. I'm going to point the arrow that way. We're going to look for that line right down the middle, and we're going to fold it. Voila. All right, so the next step is we have these two edges right here, these two corners, that we're going to fold over to meet this little line right here. So watch, just a little bit. Fold one corner. Voila. All right, and fold one corner over here. Bam. It doesn't have to be perfect, because when we're making our penguin, all penguins come in different shapes and sizes, right? All right, so let's do this one over here on this one, just to make sure you got that, okay? So we're gonna take this end, fold it over just a little bit, fold it over just a little bit. All right, so now the paper should look something like that. All right, so we're gonna take our paper, we're gonna flip it over. All right, and this is the part where you get to decide how big you want your penguin's head to be, okay? So we're gonna start, to make the head, we're gonna fold the top down. I like to keep it about a normal size, about that big, okay? All you do is fold it down and make sure the point touches the middle line here. All right, we're gonna make a penguin with a big head for this one, in case if anyone here wants to make a huge headed penguin. All right, so we're gonna fold down the top. Look at that big old head right here. Bam, right to the midline. You can see the difference. Small head, big head. All right? So the next step is kind of tricky, but it's really easy to do. It's just hard to explain. So let's do this. Ready? I'm gonna flip our penguin over. His head's gonna be facing down, okay? And if you notice and you look carefully, there should be a nice fold line right here. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna fold it in half along that line. So I like to put my finger here, and fold it over. Bam, easy as that, okay? So let's try that again with this one. We're gonna flip our penguin over, head down, boom. And then we're gonna fold it along the midline like that. Voila. All right, so this is the cool part. This is where we get to make the head pop out. So watch, if you look carefully, you have your penguin here, you have his head. So we're gonna do two things. We're gonna hold it with my right hand, I'm holding it, and the other hand's gonna pull it out. Then I'm just gonna squeeze it. Real simple. Ta-da! All right, let's do that again. We're gonna take the big-headed penguin. We're gonna open it up. And we're gonna squeeze it. There we go. So now we have small head, big head. All right, we got one last step to do, okay? So if you look carefully, there's a little flap right here. All right, this is what the wing's gonna be, okay? So you can decide how far you wanna move it back. If you wanna move it back really far to make it look like the penguin's really trying to fly, you can fold it like that, flip it over, and then you can match this point to this point, watch. Bam, there it is. All right, let's try that again with this penguin. Maybe this one you don't want it to be as big of a wing, so we're gonna just go a little bit. How about that? Just a little one. Ta-da! Flip it over. Ta-da! All right, so now we have our finished penguin. Okay? And to make sure that you did it right, if you did a good job, it should stand up. All right? If you didn't do a good job, Mr. Chris can help you out to make sure it stands up. But I'm sure you all did a really good job. All right, so there's another one like that. Boom! Voila! So there's your penguin. Doo-doo-doo.